All right, let's talk about 42. We are on number 40, or I'm sorry, 44. We're on 44. Richard wants to put a fence around the corner of his property. He has 320 feet of fencing, so we know he's not going to be able to use more than 320 feet. He wants to use at least half of it. Well, half of 320 is, what is half of 320? Let's see here, divided by 2, so that'd be 1, 2, 1, 2, 6, 160. So he needs to use between 320 feet and 160 feet. Okay, so he needs to be used more than 160, but less than 320. He can probably use up to 320, so equal. All right, so let's move along here. So the fenced-in area will be shaped like a right triangle. Okay, right triangle with sides in the ratio of 3 to 4 to 5. Okay, well, I'm going to label these A, B, C, and they're in the ratio of 3 to 4 to 5. Okay. Which range describes the length of the shortest side of the triangle? So all of these answer choices here, they describe the shortest side. So we need to find out which one of these ranges is a fitting range for side length A. And remember, we need to operate within the constraints is that we cannot use more than 320 feet, but we have to use at least 160 feet. So this is a little tricky because you need to recognize that we have a proportion here. We have a ratio. We know that from side A, which is 3 feet, is to side B as 3 is to 4. So let me ask you a question. What is the multiplier to get from 3 to 4? What do we have to multiply 3 by to get to 4? Well, 3 times 4 thirds is equal to 4. So 4 thirds is the multiplier here. So we can take any number for side length A, we can multiply it times 4 thirds to get side length B. Okay, now so that's how we can find out side length B given side length A. We can multiply it times 4 thirds. Let's talk about going from side length A to side length C. The ratio there is 3 to 5. So what number did we have to multiply 3 by to get to 5? Well, 5 thirds. And if you don't understand how we got 5 thirds, well, if we go 3 times what equals 5, well, just divide each side by 3, so that'd be x equals 5 thirds. So 5 thirds is what we had to multiply by 3 to get to 5. So we can take any number, multiply it by 5 thirds, and we'll get side length C. So we can take any side length A multiplied by 5 thirds to get side length C. So given A, we can find B and we can find C. We can add them all up and see if we use at least 160 feet and less than 320 feet. So let's see what that looks like applied here. So less than 40 feet. Okay, so this one's a little bit easy. Let's just assume we use 3 feet for side length A because 3 feet is less than 40 feet. Well, if we use 3 feet for side length A, then we use 4 feet for side length B, and if we use 3 feet for side length A, we use 5 feet for side length B. 3 plus 4 plus 5 is much less than 160, so we know that A is out of the question. Let's try B, from 40 feet to 80 feet. So let's use the maximum number here. If we use 80 feet for side length A, multiply that times 4 thirds, we get 106 feet for side length B. If we use 80 feet for side length A, to get to side length C, we multiply by 5 thirds, and that would give us 133. And so let's add these up. So side length A plus B plus C would equal 80 plus 106 plus 133, which equals 239. 239 is greater than 160 and less than 320, so we found our answer. So all we had to do is we took the length they gave us for A, we needed to multiply it by each of our proportions to find out what the other side length would be, because we were given the initial ratios. So since we were given the initial ratios, we knew what the multiplier was to get from one side to the other. So how did we get, so to get from 3 feet to 5 feet, we had to multiply by 5/3. So to get from 80 feet, we multiply by 5/3 to get 133 feet. So Rich's side lengths would look like this: 80 feet, 106 feet, and 133 feet. 133.